Welcome to my channel 100 Stories. Today I am going to present you story 10. The title of this story is Olivia. And this story is special because it is presented from the first person's point of view. And also, Olivia is only the second main female lead character. Except Anusha, of course. So now, before we begin, make sure to subscribe my channel 100 Stories. Now let's begin. Olivia. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm going to tell you the story of how my lifestyle was changed from a very rich and formal one to a bit informal and common one. So where do I begin? Oh, I know. You know those rich kids at your school who seem to be rubbing your wealth in your face? Well, I am rich, but honestly, not that kind of person. I do the same things that most rich kids do, but I never rub it in people's faces. Most people have a stereotype for rich kids. Sadly, I'm part of that stereotype. Most people assume I'm a show-off driving expensive cars, going to all sorts of exciting places, and wearing the latest fashionable outfits, and flying in private jets with family. Well, I did do those things a lot in the past, but honestly, even if you do exciting things for too long, they turn boring, especially for a girl who's been living that kind of life right from birth. I'll tell you guys a bit about my background. I'm from California, USA, and my father has a tech company in Silicon Valley. My family has a net worth of billions, and we mostly spend it in our lavish lifestyle and some for charity as well. I'm currently in high school in one of the most expensive schools in the state, and I even had a tiger for a pet once. Can you imagine something so crazy? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Since we live in California, I've been to Hollywood as well in many occasions. To be honest, I'm thinking to be an actress, you know. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Since I live such a luxurious lifestyle, I've always wondered what a normal life's like. My father's kinda hard to convince though. I want to travel in trains, but he says, "You don't need to, sweetie. You can go anywhere you like in our Lamborghini car." And when I want to go in a public theater, he says, "Olivia, we have our own home theater. You can see any movie you want in here. Then why go to a crowded public theater where others go?" And when I want to go to a public swimming pool, he says, "You have a luxury swimming pool at home. Why go to a disgusting public one?" He never allows to go to sea beaches where hundreds and thousands of people enjoy their days in the summer. Yeah, so that was my dad's response to when I say I want to do something everyday people do. Yeah, he kinda has a good point. Why go in a public theater, a public train, and a public swimming pool when you have such facilities at your own home? But you know what? I just want to go in those places. I want sunbathing in sea in the crowd. Like, isn't it much more fun if you spend time with your friends in those places than by yourself? Mostly, I just do those things by myself and it gets boring real quick. I'm pretty much confined to the boundaries of my mansion. And even if I go anywhere, it's with my family. But I just want to be like a normal teenager, chilling with our friends, going to public places for fun and stuff like that. But when you're confined to your house and all you have to do is attend fancy parties and do all those things I mentioned earlier, it gets pretty, boring would be the word I think. I tried to convince my father many times, but he disagreed every time. I was done with the same people, the same faces, and the same type of events. So there was a certain breaking point for me, you know. So once there was another party organized at our mansion and the guests were busy with their dancing and talking. Somehow, me, my parents, and our close relatives were together, and I unknowingly yelled at my father and was pretty embarrassing for him, and later on for me and my mother as well. "Olivia, what?" he said, but I interrupted him and said, "Dad, you've kept me in the boundaries of this mansion for too long. I just want to do what ordinary people do, like ride in trains, go to public theaters, swim in public swimming pools, but you're always like, 'Oh, we have all those things but better at our mansion.' But you know what? I'll do whatever I please now, and you can't stop me. You know that one time when we went to our private island in New York in our private yacht? That day we flew from Los Angeles to New York. Then we drove for a few hours and had to do a whole day of boarding to reach there. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy that journey. It was a good family bonding experience and all, but what I wanted is to be a passenger in the ship which was floating right next to us, and I wanted to go with my friends. I know that many of them are rich like us only, and I think they have the same feeling. Okay, Olivia, I agree with you. I was concerned about your safety is all. And also the fact that you have better alternatives at a mansion only. Then why go to such public places? But if you are so willing to live a life like ordinary people, then you are allowed to. When I return from some business trips to Japan, South Africa and Brazil, then I will host a party for you and your friends and also their parents. If they have the same feeling like you, I will send you on an adventurous journey all by yourselves, my father said. I was over the moon when I heard that. I knew my father is not the type of person to agree to something like this, but he still did. After that, my friends came and showed the same willingness that I did. So we went from the west coast to the east coast of America, all the way from California to North Carolina on our own as a first trip. It was an unforgettable experience. We went so many places, did so many things, and had loads of fun. Yes, traveling in a public train was strange at first, but then we got used to it. We were so excited to do all those things that we just can't describe. Yeah, so that's pretty much my life now. I'm still being familiar to an ordinary life, and it's still unusual to live like an ordinary person instead of the lavish lifestyle of a billionaire. So the moral of my story is that live your life how you want, and probably your nearest and dearest ones will be there to support you. Bye! So that's it for this story. What do you think of this story? Write down in the comment section. But before you do that, I don't have to tell the takeaway, right? Because Olivia herself has said it, so I don't have to repeat it. So for the next video, I will not be coming with story 11, but instead a review with a guest. Since we have completed 10 stories, we are going to review the stories up till now. And we'll talk about the feedbacks and stuff like that. And also the guest is one of my regular audience on my channel and is also the inspiration behind this whole 100 Stories channel. So to see that review and my other 90 stories, make sure to subscribe my channel, 100 Stories. For now, bye!